Tonight, Clint Eastwood stars in the 1975 action thriller The Eiger Sanction, which airs on BBC Two from 12:45 a.m. It follows Eastwood as a former assassin, who decides to quit his job as a teacher in order to avenge the death of an old friend. However, Eastwood is then blackmailed into carrying out a final sanction, requiring him to join a gang of men as they try and scale Eiger Mountain, in the Swiss Alps. The four-time Academy Award winner heads a brilliant cast, including the likes of George Kennedy, Vonette McGee and Jack Cassidy. Though some aspects of the plot were criticized, fans gushed over the film's action sequences and climbing drama, including Variety. At the time, it wrote, Eastwood manages fine suspense both in the Swiss and Monument Valley climbs, as well as delineation of character. His direction displays a knowledge that permits rugged action. The New York Times added in a separate review that though the film was a long, foolish but never boring suspense melodrama, its action looked difficult and very beautiful. Eastwood built his fierce reputation as a huge Hollywood player on his heroic, action-packed characters, including in the iconic spaghetti westerns. Many of his characters are known for their abilities in combat, and with a firearm, but when it comes to real-life war, Eastwood, now 92, is often critical of such conflicts. Across his career, he has vehemently opposed America's involvement in wars in Korea, Vietnam, Afghanistan, and Iraq, arguing Washington shouldn't play the role of global policeman. Yet, when his 2014 film American Sniper was released, many Democrats were quick to rage at Republican Eastwood, and the patriotic sentiment the epic produced. Some Democrats described American Sniper, which starred Bradley Cooper, claimed the film was Republican propaganda and labeled Eastwood a warmonger, for inciting such glorified scenes of war. But Eastwood told U.S. publication The Star in 2015, he found some analysis of his film stupid, and particularly raged at it being labeled a political film. He said, "Pardon me for sounding defensive, but it certainly has nothing to do with any political parties or anything. These fellows who are professional soldiers, Navy personnel or what have you, go in for a certain reason. Their commander-in-chief, then U.S. President Barack Obama, is a Democrat and the administration is, and there's no political aspect there other than the fact that a lot of things happen in war zones." Some criticizing the film included New York Magazine writer David Edelstein, who said labeled the flick, which was nominated for 6 Academy Awards, a Republican platform movie. The Guardian's Lindy West added it was for simplistic patriots. But Eastwood swiped back that the drama itself was the biggest anti-war statement any film can make, and depicts the fact of what war does to the family and the people who have to go back into civilian life like Chris Kyle did, and what war does to the people left behind. Of his own personal hatred of war, Eastwood added, "I was a child growing up during World War II. That was supposed to be the one to end all wars. And 4 years later, I was standing at the draft board being drafted during the Korean conflict, and then after that there was Vietnam, and it goes on and on forever. I just wonder, does this ever stop? And no, it doesn't. So each time we get in these conflicts, it deserves a lot of thought before we go wading in or wading out. Going in or coming out. It needs a better thought process, I think." The Eiger Sanction airs on BBC Two tonight from 12:45 a.m.